just checked with the supplier of the bolt and bushings, and everything is delayed, so we will probably not get them in another week probably. So that sucks, but we have more to do with little Kubota. The radiator is leaking, and the hose that is going to this one is leaking, and this one I just planned to change out when we were removing everything here, because we are removing the whole arm here to change out all the bushings. But with everything being delayed, I have to debate with myself, what do we do, because I need the machine for a basement job that is actually supposed to start next week. So either we wait and get all the bushings and everything and fix it, or we put this together now with the old bushings and everything and use it, and then we can take it in and fix everything afterwards. I don't know, but we will for sure start with the radiator. So let's get the radiator off and fix that one. Right, we are getting somewhere. The hard part was to get this far. It was not very hard. I probably used 10 minutes, all included, and the hardest part was to figure out what to take off and stuff like that. But now I have the radiator all the way loose, and I can just take the hose clamp off right there on the engine, and I should be able to pull it off. And this is the regulator for the power, and this plug was hard to get apart, so maybe I have to just get to the last bolt on it to get it off. And then we have the radiator in hand. Woohoo! Success! There it is. Let's give it a wash. Well, that was a new world. You can actually see through the radiator now. You can see light. So that's pretty nice. Now I will let it dry off, and then we probably need to plug it and see if we can find a leak somewhere. zip ties. Should take two. You can see it dripping. That's so strange. So, if you're looking at this radiator, you will think the leak is here somewhere. But no, there, it's there. This is where it's cracked, nothing here. Amazing. So we'll just solder it here and should be good to go. I think one of the problems here is this is aluminium and soldering is better for copper and stuff like that, so I'll go and see if I can find something that might work here. Or it's not possible to solder with tin like I have. You need some special rods, don't have them. Tried welding it, but you can't put any heat on this because it's thin as shit almost. Tried to weld it, but you can't put any heat on it, so it's almost impossible to get sealed properly. So yeah, I didn't want to buy a new one from the factory or from Kubota because that one was some 650 bucks or 6,000 crowns. So didn't want to spend that kind of money on a radiator that was, I thought was easy to fix, but it wasn't. But my Per Erik that works here with me, he found one on the internet, so I just ordered one, not for this, but with the same measurements and everything, so it should fit without any problems. We will make it fit, because that one was 500 crowns or 50 bucks. So, but that's it for today. Tomorrow we will move the little machine over there so we can wash it and everything, and yeah, that will be pretty nice. Get everything cleaned up, and we need to change the belt because it's totally worn out almost. So when you have everything off, it's better to clean it properly. Took the belt off just so I could take it with me to the shop, and yeah, it was about time. Check out how cracked it is. 3,000 hours or 11 years or more. It was about time. Alright, time to wash this guy off. There is a lot of dirt down here, so it will be nice to get everything off now when the radiator is not on. So, degreasing first. Just let it stand here and soak in like that. I figured out, since we are first washing it, why not wash everything? So I'm pulling it a little bit more apart even. So Kubota is nice and clean and dry. It's a couple of days since we washed it, and what I would like to try and show you now is where the hydraulic leak is, because as mentioned, I had one hose I need to change out, and the leak is actually from somewhere I haven't seen before myself, but it's from this crimp that I have done after the elbow. So it's on the wire that is, or the hose that is behind here, so it's probably a little bit difficult to show on video. Okay. So okay, I don't know if we managed to catch that on the camera, but you can see it was coming oil up along this pipe here on the elbow, on the one down in there. So that's where the leak is. So that hose we need to take completely off. I already checked, and this is the hose that is going to this position. So this piston we will take completely off. So the other hose is here, and I don't have plugs for this, so that's a little bit too bad. If I had plugs for it, it would be so much easier. And I could take all the hoses out and just make a line to it or something, so I could pull it back again. So I don't know, maybe I should go and see if I could buy the fittings to put in this, so it don't stand here leaking oil. Could probably be a good idea for this kind of job that is so big. There is a lot of bolts and bushings that need to be changed. Maybe the bushings need to be welded on to get them out, or yeah, who knows. So could be I need to put the whole thing in the press to get it out. Then I need to take all the hoses out anyway. Alright, so before we go shopping, we'll remove the one hose that has the leak, and then we can take that one with us and get the right plugs for plugging everything here. And then I think we just buy plugs for everything. So if I need to pull the arm off and the swivel down there off, not swivel but the pivot point, then I can just do it and let all the hoses lay on the ground without leaking. So that will be really nice. Yeah, so first task, it's to get it off here. As you can see, or as we saw earlier when I tried to show you the leak, it's not easy. We need to remove this and probably that one as well. So there it is, with the line and everything, or the rope. So this one we need new, and we need some plugs that goes in this. Alright, been in the shop, new hose, some plugs for plugging all the hoses. So I think we just start by removing all the hoses and the pistons, and then we can plug it, and yeah, have to remove this so this can just hang freely. This extra free return for the hydraulic tank that you need if you are running hydraulic breaker. And yeah, there are some oil on the floor, but I think it's mostly from the hose before I managed to get the bucket under. So put some mats down for that, and there will probably be more as we are going along. But let's just start disassembling everything and see what we have time for before lunch. Not my smartest move, even I thought about it, but forgot about it in the heat of the moment. But if you wonder how far that spray went, oh well, if you can see it on the floor, it's shiny, 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 shiny. And yeah, the last drops are over here. So quite a bit from here, from there. Or to this place from there. Oh boy, well, should wash the floor a little bit before I continue, so I don't step in the oil and drag it everywhere. But all the pistons are off. Now it's just to release the hoses for the auxiliary output and the free return we have on this side. And yeah, then it should be just to push out the bolt down here, and the whole arm should be free to be pulled a little bit this way. So this is going along nicely. None of the bolts was stuck or anything, so it was just great. And the bolts that are further forward, it's barely, I can feel some wear on them. But the bolt here, that was in this position, that one you can feel. We should measure it afterwards, just see how bad it really is. It wouldn't stop pouring out of it, but it is going up and into the tank, so it should be just what's in the line, but I just zip tied it there for the convenience of it. Yeah, pulled up the arm. It's a little bit more heavy than the stick, but I should be handleable by hand actually. And the two hoses we have left is the two in here for the auxiliary output. So I don't have the plugs for those because I didn't know what size they were, but plan is to just take them off and pull the arm out, and then we can zip tie them up just like that. You can see here, this is bigger than that one because this is the return. So, but I don't think I got to show you how sloppy it is. I showed you a little bit earlier, just in the front, but if you take a look here, check out how much play it is just in this bolt right here. So there, and in this bolt for the swing, 3,000 hours, it's needed, no doubt about it. And there Per is with the tractor. He's been clearing some snow, so Now it's lunchtime. All right, we are so far, and the postman swing by when we had lunch. So here is the box with everything we need to make the little Kubota great again. Woohoo! Shiny! Okay, we gotta see this one against the old one. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there is quite a color difference. Alright, that one's just need to move over the holder for the grease gun and the light. Alright, bushings. So this was something I was a little bit afraid of. Let me get one of the other ones. So since we have a quick coupling on for changing out the buckets, you can see the bolts are a bit different and a bit shorter. So here I need to figure out something smart. Well, here should be everything we need. Alright, awesome. Let's continue to get everything apart. Alright, all hoses are out of the main boom, and you can see I pulled wire in between the positions where everything is going except these two, because those are so close I can put my hand in here. But in the process, my first rope for the hose we had to change out got out, but that's from here, so it should be easy enough to just pull a wire through. I think that's okay. But it's nice to have the wires just in case. So let's see if we can get this boom off, and then we just have the king down there left. Alright, finally there it is in its parts. Everything left now is to get all the bushings out, and as we can see, there are bushings here, there, 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 and everywhere. And so the top pin here, that one was not too bad actually. I feel some wear in it, yes, but not much. The bottom pin, on the other hand, this one has really much wear. Here is a big ledge. Try and measure it afterwards, just to see. But there was no doubt that this was in time. Here also, really big ledges here. So this one is really worn. So this will be really great with all new pins, bushings, everything. And one of the things, this is one of the small things, but I'm really excited about it, and that's I can wash everything really good now. That's something I'm looking forward to. So start with this one, wash this, and pistons, and the king, and yeah, the stick is really clean. No need to do anything with that. And then we can start pulling out the bushings and everything without getting grease everywhere. Alright, picked up all the tools, clean them off, put them in this place. Now it's time to clean everything here, and as always I think it's best to just go with your finger and drag all the grease away before you start washing it. Start with the power washer and just wash this. It's everywhere in here and we don't want that. Aired out most of the moist from the pressure washer with heat. Steam washing, it gets a little bit moist in here, so it's good to air it out so it doesn't hurt over equipment, electrical. But everything got cleaned and I think it's pretty clean. I did not put any cover over the openings on the pistons, so there could be some water in them, so I will air them out before we put them back. But now we can work on everything without getting our hands dirty all the time. I even got the hoses a bit clean, so that's pretty nice. Happy with that. So I guess this is as clean as it has been since it left the factory probably. So, but you can see now, this is the bushings that we need to hit out. On this part we have to hit it out. So you can see this is how much slop it is in the drive. So to do something with that, we probably need to change out the little sprocket on the turn engine, and even worse, we have to change out the big sprocket, so that's not being done. I think all the bushings and everything here will help a lot, just that. So right here it doesn't look like there are any bushings actually, so yeah, that's because the bolt is standing still. The bushings are in this one, correct, that's why. Same in this position, no bushings, the bolt is standing still, so that's nice. And the same there and there. Alright, so should we test with a bushing over there, see how hard it is to get out? Probably. So if the bushing is really stuck, the thing you can do, like here where we don't get it in the press, we can weld on it. Just a couple of welds and it will fall straight out. But let's try with the hammer first. All right, that was easy. Like it when it's easy. That's just nice. So, number 2, probably a little bit worse, but I think we just put the extension on the socket and yeah, use it like that. So we know at the afternoon I just looked a little bit through the box and found the bushings that are for these positions down here. I also found the bushings for this one here, wherever I put it, here. And yeah, as you can see, this is the hole where the grease is coming through. So the grease zerk is sitting there and the hole is here. But you don't need to get the hole aligned perfectly, because you can see there is cut a groove in this bushing, so when you're pushing grease in, it will go around and then in, so no problems there. But you need to orientate it the right direction, because it's longer there than there. So no, it should be just tap it down nice and easy. I will do the bottom one first and then the top one. You can freeze this if you want in the freezer, and it will make it a lot easier to get them in, and even heat this part will make it a lot easier to get it down. But the ones that I pulled out came out really easy, so probably this one will go easy in. You'll figure it out. And I think it's nice to just find the bushings that are for the position you have pulled out before you are 700 bushings lying around and you're wondering, where is it going? So I thought we would just do a little test here and see if we can get these ones out just as easy as those kind of came out. Nice and easy, no problem. Then I can take this one and check. Yes, these are the same, so these goes together. And you can see the two in the middle has a flange, so this one needs to go down, not up. So then I probably need to do that. Nice and easy. And you can see here I have the new one with the flanges on. So another one bites the dust. not a great idea. Alright, so getting the old bushings out is actually going way over my expectations. I thought this was going to be a pain in the and welding in them just to get them out and everything, but it's just, they're almost falling out. So that's really great. And top tip, or good tip, don't put your finger under when you're hitting, so you're thinking you're going to catch it. Ain't gonna happen. Just let it go. But learn something every day. Oh well, just these two small ones left, and then the bushings in the King is out. That's pretty great. And then we have a few bushings in this one. We have all the bushings in the pistons. This one has no bushings, and we have the bushing in the piston over here. And then we have most of the bushings out. So now I just want to find the bushings that are replacing these ones, so we have those in place. And you could probably take a hammer and just whack it down, but we can do it better than that. So we will make a tool now that we can use for pushing all the bushings in their place. This got crazy hot, but this impact gun a lot quicker than the other one, so